Screw the traditional Southern pot roast recipe. For dinner, smoking a beef chuck roast just like a brisket without any beef tallow. So we're gonna make tender pulled beef barbecue that's juicy and flavorful. I shredded my beef and roasted potatoes and celery and carrots, but you can cut the roast just like a brisket. That's right, family. No fancy pellet smoker, just a charcoal grill, lump charcoal, and an open backyard. Stick around because we're about to learn how to make a smoked chuck roast that'll have folks thinking you're a professional, even if this may be your first time. We're gonna oil up about 3 to 4 pound beef chuck roast with some avocado oil. Just sprinkle about 3 tablespoons all over, and then we're gonna rub that oil in right before we season it. But remember, we need to season all sides of this beef because it's very big. Preferably, you'll season your beef for 8 hours because this is a large chunk of beef. We want to make sure it's packed full of flavor. Now, if you don't have 8 hours to marinate your meat before we throw it on the grill, at least do it for 20 minutes while the grill is warming up. If you've ever wondered if you can smoke a chuck roast on a regular grill, baby, yes you can. I'ma tell you, this is the perfect pellet smoker substitute if you're trying to keep it simple but still want to get that low and slow vibe and smoky flavor. Now I'm firing up my Weber grill today, but this works for any charcoal grill. I'm using lump charcoal for that clean burn and adding a couple of chunks of mesquite wood for that smoky, bold Carolina, Texas style flavor. This barbecue is about to taste some more. Oh, I just forgot to grab the black pepper again, y'all. Please don't forget the black pepper. So what you're gonna do is just sprinkle that black pepper all over. I used about 2 teaspoons. You can use more if you like. Make sure your brisket looks just like this. It's a brisket, Lord Jesus. Make sure your chuck roast looks just like this, full of flavor. Now I'm gonna let mine sit for 8 hours. Again, if you only have 30 minutes, let yours sit for 30 minutes, but we want that flavor in that chuck roast. So we're gonna grab our onion and start chopping along with the rest of our vegetables. Now while I'm chopping this onion up, I do want to let you know that I kept it simple with the dry rub. I went with my Weber beef seasoning, and then I also used my satar and my garlic powder, salt, and black pepper. You can use whatever your family likes. Season it well. That's the main point. Season your beef well. All right, so we're gonna grab up this celery, and I used 5 stalks of celery, and we're just gonna rough chop the celery. Now, as we're chopping up our vegetables, just remember that we want our grill to hit around 250 degrees Fahrenheit before we throw on our chuck roast. We want the chuck roast to cook low and slow. So let's get our Zumba steps in. We're gonna go right outside and check our charcoal grill. See, we have our charcoal on one side. Now in a second, you're gonna see me put the beef on one side, and then on the opposite side, you're gonna see the charcoal. We wanna do indirect cooking because we're smoking our meat for 2 to 3 hours. We don't want our meat to dry out. Now this right here, this step that I'm doing is optional. You can just go ahead and throw your meat on the opposite side like I'm doing right here. I just do that for a little extra flavor and color. Meat colors flavor. Anyway. So we're gonna throw in our potatoes and our celery and our onions. Let's throw in all your vegetables. Almost forgot the carrots. Yep, gotta throw in the carrots. Then we're gonna season this because everything we cook, we have to season. So this is the trick right here, our brown gravy. I'm gonna rip this open and add in 1 packet of this brown gravy. Again, this is optional if you plan on shredding your beef and you wanna add sweet baby rays now. All right, now while that chuck roast is soaking up all that smoky flavor, because we do have 3 to 4 hours. 2 to 3. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make sure that our chuck roast is nice and moist. Now you have one of two options. The first option is to do what I'm doing right here, which is adding cream of mushroom and water. And we're gonna go ahead and make sure that our roast is nice and moist this way after we smoke it. Or what you can do is add some beef tallow to your chuck roast. Once it looks just like this, you're gonna pull it off the grill, wrap it up in some foil. Let's take this into our kitchen and add it to our vegetables and cover it tightly. We're gonna throw it in the oven once our chuck roast hits 165 degrees. Make sure your oven is set for 250 degrees. We're gonna keep cooking this thing for 2 more hours until the internal temperature meets 205 degrees. Now 205 degrees is a sweet spot for pulled chuck roast because we want our beef to fall apart. Now y'all are going to see me struggle with this bear claw thingamajig that I bought from Amazon, but eventually I got the hang of it. So I'm going to go ahead and shred my beef up. You see how tender it is. Me struggling with this bear claw thingamajig is not making it look tender, but my meat was very, very tender. Don't let the struggle fool you. You can take 2 forks if you don't have this, but again, I got this off of Amazon. It's a meat shredder. Now, it's supposed to be the easiest way to shred some meat now. It took me a while to grasp the concept, but look at this, y'all. Shredded beef. This beef is so versatile. I threw mine on a platter with veggies, but you can add a little bit of barbecue sauce for a pulled beef sandwich, go taco style, or wrap it in lettuce, or toss it in some macaroni and cheese. Now, any way you cut this chuck roast, you just made a brisket style chuck roast that's very tender, juicy, and smoky. Totally beginner friendly. You've basically unlocked the cheat code for easy barbecue recipes on a budget. My name is Naj, and if you enjoyed hanging out in the kitchen or the backyard with me today, subscribe and hit that like button so we can gather at the same spot for another recipe. And as always, I enjoy spending time with you. So if you've made it this far, YouTube thinks you'll like this video that's going to pop up on your screen. Go ahead and click it and see what I've been up to. I'm here, you're here, and we love spending time together, right? Just go ahead and give your girl another click. All right. See you guys later. Bye-bye.